with the Hitman Racing suspension on this underneath of that ride. He's built that thing from scratch. And now, I'll tell you, in today's times, that is not something that you see too often. Looks like Pearson Lee Williams in car number 19. Garrett Stewart Performance, car 10 of Garrett Stewart. We'll get some hot lap sessions here for your super late models. 25 cars strong here this weekend for the $20,000 bite out of the Gobbler this weekend. Who's going to get it? Well, that remains to be seen yet, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Bloomquist did it last year. He's here again this year. Can he double down? Last year, the purse was $15,000. Chris Martin and the crew bumped it up another $5. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hot laps for your supers are underway. Oh, watch the cars rip and roar around Cochran Motor Speedway. New material here on the racetrack. Talked to some of the drivers last night, and they are happy with it. We had a good field of cars here last night for our practice session. Kenny Collins was not here. Armstead was not. Austin Kirkpatrick was not. I believe Pearson Lee was here last night. Definitely Garrett Smith was here. The Garrett Smith performance entry here this weekend. Garrett Smith. I believe this is his first time. It is his first time competing with a super late model. He's practiced that thing a few times over the course of the last couple of days. Talked to him last night, had a great conversation with the young driver. He's a lot of fun to talk to and a lot of fun to watch behind the wheel. He's going to be one to look out for in years to come. And I'll tell you, one of the neat things about racing, what I'm seeing here lately, is our younger generation that is kind of just picking up the mantle, so to speak, and doing a great job with it as well. We've got a lot of young drivers here this weekend. A couple of them that I can think of right off the top of my head. Of course, Parker Martin is here. Ty Giles is he's 10 or 11 years old, running a 602 Sportsman here this weekend. Then there's Jackson Heiss and Trey Mills also, and I'm sure there's more, and we'll get to them as the weekend goes on. But right now, we're looking at these super late models out on the racetrack. Love to hear the sound of the big 850 horsepower motors making their way around the 3/8 mile Cochran Motor Speedway. All right, here we go. Green flag. These big motors, boy, they sound great going by the tower here. Oh, yeah, Austin Kirkpatrick. One to watch this weekend for sure. Very impressed with the driver out of Moorefield, North Carolina, or Charlotte, North Carolina, actually. And that Hitman suspension racing. Car number 11, down the back straightaway. We'll keep our eyes on Austin this weekend. Got to be a lot of work when you attempt to build one of these super late models in-house. Build the chassis, and I know for a fact that Austin has actually, built these race cars and cut one apart. He didn't like it and started fresh, and what an accomplishment. He's an engineer by trade and very smart. young man and a pretty good driver. He says that it's all the race car and that he's maybe 40% of it, and the race car makes up the rest of it. I'm not too sure about that because he does a really good job driving, but he builds the cars, I guess, to his liking, and hey, he's doing a great job. Looking at cars moving around down in the infield, we see the 44D car of Dalton Cook down in the infield right now, trying to make his way over to the racetrack. Some more race cars making their way over the hill. They come out of turn 2 here at Cochran Motor Speedway and make their way onto the back straightaway. Brian Nuttall right there in car number 16, going to be Anna Parkhurst in the 23 car. Dean Bowen in car number 15. Dalton Cook, the Juice Man. The Mars Hill Mafia Juice Man right there, the 44 Company's car here with us tonight. The killer, Kyle Bronson in the 40B. Kyle Bronson stopped by his pit earlier. You see Jimmy Sharp right there. Jimmy Sharp Jr. from Vidalia, Georgia. Stopped by Kyle's pit earlier, and they were struggling with the seat in the race car. Kyle not happy with the way the seat felt. Not the car, but the seat. So they were in there removing things and had about a 3-pound sledgehammer in the car trying to massage some things and move some brackets around and different things. You see Jim Rogers there in the 71K entry. And Rogers this weekend in that 71K, one of the few drivers in the field utilizing the 525 with a Russell Brown race car chassis up underneath of him here this weekend. One around. That was quick. Looks like Kyle Bronson is back to the orange. I did see a blue 40B in the pits. That may be his crate car here this weekend. And Kyle Bronson back to the orange and blue. Driver out of Brandon, Florida, has got the orange and blue paint scheme rocking this weekend. Car looks good. Jimmy Sharp, always with a great looking race car. Let's get some hot laps for the super late models here. You see Dalton Cook looking good in the 44D. Hot and heavy around this 3/8 mile high banked oval here in Cochran, Georgia. They call it the South Georgia Taj Mahal. Well, a few people do anyway. It's a beautiful facility here in Cochran, Georgia. If you're joining us on Flow Racing, we want to welcome you to the programming tonight. And if you're ever in the South Georgia area, you need to make your way over to Cochran, Georgia. Nice little town here, beautiful racetrack. You'll have a good time. Very clean facility, racy racetrack, great food, and a lot of great people here as well. See the cars slip sliding around the racetrack here. A lot of the drivers were talking earlier about the track conditions last night, and they said it was just full of grip, and there was a lot of speed in it. And we're going to be looking for some track records possibly here this weekend. So you see the 111 of Stephen Roberts making his way onto the racetrack. Right now, Kyle Bronson in this hot lap session sits on top of the speed board with a 13.371. And it's going to be Jimmy Sharp Jr. with a 13.456. Dalton Cook, we're checking on some information right now. We believe Dalton Cook may be the track record holder here at Cochran Motor Speedway. He sits third with a 13.591. Then it's going to be Pearson Lee Williams. Pearson Williams, no stranger, here to Cochran Motor Speedway with a 13.778. And the 11 car of Austin Kirkpatrick with a 13.795. All right, we see Will Harrington out there. Scott Bloomquist also on the racetrack. Shane Reiner in car number 6. The number 38 car of... I believe the 38 car is Dylan Tidmore. Dylan Tidmore in the 38 car with us here tonight. You see Will Harrington in that 00. He's going to be one to watch here this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Also the 111 of Stephen Roberts. Stephen has been fast in practice and just about everywhere else he's been racing. So keep your eyes on the beekeeper, Mr. Stephen Roberts. Bloomquist also looked good last night in practice. We'll see. Scott not registering right now on our speed chart, so the track is changing already here this evening. Still, Kyle Bronson sits on top. Heartland EMS Pure Stocks. You guys need to be in staging. Pure Stocks. You need to be in staging, ready for your hot lap session. Terrence Noel on car number 55. Jeff Matthews, Hollywood Jeff Matthews, making his way onto the racetrack right now. The driver that is lethal around the Cochran Motor Speedway in car number 18X, Michael Page. Michael Page walked out of here earlier this year with $20,000 in his pocket. For the Crate Racing USA boys were in town earlier this year, and Michael Page found himself victorious here in an 04 Masterbuilt. This weekend, Michael utilizing the Stinger chassis. And he's always one to watch around Cochran Motor Speedway. Clay Knight, car number 42, the M&W towing entry here with us. 26 wins on the season for Brandon Overton in the Wales Motorsports entry here this weekend. The little head knocker of Trent Ivey. Car number 88 of Trent Ivey, one of the late arrivals here this afternoon. Nice to have him here with us. The Harrod Logging, number 55, Larry, not able to make the show here tonight. Motor problems last night in practice. All right, here we go. A little bit of green flag action. So it looks like Kyle Bronson still on top of the speed chart. Jimmy Sharp Jr., then Brandon Overton, Dalton Cook, and Pearson Williams. That's going to be your top 5 so far. Austin Kirkpatrick, 6th. 7th is Michael Page, Joey Armstead in car number 21, 8th. Dean Bowen in that 15 car, and Kenny Collins in the 48. So Heartland, DMS Pure Stocks. You guys will be out for your hot lap session. We'll give it back to you, Pastor Todd Sheeran. Todd, I'll tell you, we've got some really fast times here at the Cochran Motor Speedway. We're still working on seeing what our